Star Wars, featuring giant intergalactic battles, massive planet-killing space stations, and frogs? If you haven't heard of the Empire and their massive Death Star, you've probably been living under a rock. In this epic saga, the Death Star is the ultimate weapon, the planet-killing type. Built by the Empire on the orders of the powerful Sith Lord Palpatine, this weapon was used to crush the Jedi Rebellion. Harvesting the power of stars, this mighty space station fires giant plasma beams, obliterating anything and everything in its path, even entire planets. But what if this planet-killing spaceship was real? More importantly, what if we replaced the moon with it? The moon is responsible for many critical functions on Earth, so how would replacing it with a Death Star change your life? 250 miles in the sky, the largest satellite ever built orbits the Earth. Traveling at 18,000 miles per hour, it runs 16 laps of the Earth every day. The International Space Station, costing over 150 billion USD or half an Elon Musk, is the largest and only space station ever built by mankind. Taking over 13 years to construct and collaborate in over 15 countries, the ISS is the pinnacle of technology. But how would the ISS hold up against a Death Star? Enough to swallow the ISS 82,000 times over, the ISS lacks the 15,000 ion cannons, the 180,000 TIE fighters, and the enormous planet-killing plasma cannon that the Death Star has. Would Earth survive if we replaced the ISS with the giant Imperial Death Star? Assuming we wouldn't fire their planet-killing space laser in our direction, a giant spaceship weighing over 1.2 quadrillion tons is sure to make an impact. Yes, that's 12 with 14 zeros behind it. An object so large could not orbit the Earth without crashing into the surface. The Chicxulub meteor, enough to destroy the dinosaurs entirely, was a mere fraction of a Death Star. Imagine this impact 35,000 times more powerful. Yep, I think we can agree the Earth would be obliterated, but what if we built the Death Star further from Earth? If we replaced the moon with a Death Star, would it even affect your everyday life? Well, the Death Star might be giant by space station standards. However, its size barely qualifies it as a small moon. Celestial objects like our moon are super dense inside, which is why they produce powerful gravity fields. The Death Star, mostly made of air, would weigh but a tiny fraction of our moon. Large enough to fit 20 Death Stars inside of, our moon would dwarf the Empire's massive battle station. Whether we know it or not, our moon plays a critical role in our survival. It's more than a pretty face to gaze upon at night. Our moon directs ocean currents and tides, changes to the atmosphere and climate, and most importantly, our planet's tilt. Acting as the Earth's guardian angel, it's safe to say the Earth would survive without a moon, but mankind wouldn't be around anymore. The moon's gravitational pull acts as a sort of stabilizer for Earth. Without it, we would begin to violently tilt, causing extreme weather and even ice ages. The Death Star's gravity field would only just manage to hold a small rock in orbit. It would have no chance holding the entire Earth in place. Giant tsunamis would ravage low-lying areas, and ice ages would tear across the Earth. With no seasons, a never-ending frenzy of weather catastrophes would leave our planet a barren, lifeless environment. Yep, Earth would again be destroyed. After the destruction of the Death Star 1, the Empire built a second star, but this time much bigger. Seemingly the same, the Death Star's successor is over 6 times larger. But would it be enough to hold Earth? The quick answer is no, not even close. The Death Star is too light. To even come close to the moon's gravity, the Death Star would have to expand to 15 times the size of our sun, almost as large as the giant black hole at the center of our galaxy. Half moon, half planet-killing space station, this cyborg planet is the Star Killer base introduced in The Force Awakens. But wait, would this super space station finally work as a replacement for our moon? It turns out the Star Killer base is the perfect fit for our moon. The larger size of this planet-annihilating space base would definitely send our planet spinning head over heels. However, the lighter space station areas would act as a counterbalance, making it the perfect match for our planet. Well, I guess we can replace the moon with a Death Star. If the moon ever disappears one day, we know exactly who to call. If you want to find out if the giant ice wall from Game of Thrones could be real, spoiler alert, it is. Be sure to stick around for another. Is it possible?